Do you find it difficult to come up with ways to arrange your flowers? Well, here are 4 ways to do just that.
Everything in here at the moment is faux flowers. As you know, I'm a massive fan of faux flowers. So what I'm going to do is find some lovely flowers to take home and do some flower arranging. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. Look at these. So these are obviously faux, but they're most amazing roses, gorgeous and big. And also some fabulous hydrangea style flowers. And then there's some delphiniums. I think there's some peonies here. I think those look so real. And also I quite like the way they're a bit floppy, like real ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I think, for kind of pinks and blues today. That's the sort of mood I'm in. I love hydrangeas. As if with real hydrangeas, they're always so good for bumping out flower arrangement. And these big round hydrangeas just take up so much space that actually you don't need many of them in a flower arrangement. Dahlias are very good to grow. I like those, are quite good as well for smaller vases because a lot of these have got very long stems which you can cut or you can bend. And then what else could we get? Get some foliage. I might mix it with some real foliage as well. A tip is also, I think I've said this before but I'll say it again, is when doing flower arrangements, and in fact anything interiors wise, it's good to do it in 3s or odd numbers. So you would never have, let's say, 4 of them in a bunch. You want the stems or whatever in 3s or 6s or 9s or even 5s. It's a weird thing because you think you want it to be symmetrical, but actually you don't. It's just how the eye reads it. It's a weird rule. Some delphiniums, always good. Some little ones. As I've said before as well, faux flowers are the perfect way to add colour to your home. Although they may sometimes be an initial investment, they work out far cheaper than buying fresh flowers all the time. And they are an easy way just to add a seasonal change to your interiors, but also just like if you've got like a plain white room and then you put a pop of these in the corner, you've just enhanced the interiors and you've added the colour, and then you go, oh, I could add a nice flowery cushion with that, or I could do that. And then it suddenly gives you a bit of inspiration. I think I'm going to go for a big old jug today because I've got some big ones and do a nice big arrangement. So I think that would work perfectly. Almost looks a bit like it was part of a chamber pot, which I quite like. And it doesn't smell, it's fine. And then look at these frilly tulips. I actually thought these were real. They're just amazing. And this is a lovely vase. I'm not cutting it with the kitchen scissors font. So we're back from Gypsy Rose, the florist, and I've got this beautiful selection of faux flowers. And I'm going to show you 4 ways of doing different sort of flower arrangements. Now, the first one I'm going to start off with is a statement arrangement. And I think that, well, you can see here, I've got this lovely vase that I got from the florist, which is really lovely, just a vintage vase. And you can find these in charity shops, in bric-a-brac shops. Obviously, I found them at the florist, antique shops. They tend to be pretty inexpensive. And if you can get a really good big size one, you'll literally use it all the time for your statement arrangements. And also what's quite nice about this one, it's got lots of little colours in it. So it's quite nice to work with because you can pick up the different colours in the vase. Now, statement arrangement is always really good. They're a really good way of just having a centerpiece on the kitchen island. And it's one of those things that if you have one big flower arrangement in your house, it kind of brings everything together. Now, as you can see, I'm bending, you can cut these as well, but I tend not to because I think that you never know when you want to reuse them, you might want them at a different height. So I'm going to go for the roses and peonies. I've got a lovely rose there, and then I've got these peonies. Now, this arrangement, I'm not really going to be that determined by colour. I think we've got the lovely colours in the vases, which are pinks and blues, a little sort of paley yellow colour. These are the lovely peonies, so we'll do 3 of those. They're so good, the peonies, because they look so real, because they're kind of floppy. And, you know, it's good to look a bit droopy. It makes us all feel a bit better. I'm going to go for these lovely delphiniums here, which are also pink. I'm sort of layering it, so I'm starting with the pinks, which is often a good way to do if you're adding several colours. So that you kind of, it's a bit like doing an outfit. start with one colour and then you add another colour to it. And also you'll see that I'm not really being kind of regimented in the heights. And then I'm going to add some faux eucalyptus to get a bit more height. So now we're going a bit higher. I have to say, I am not a florist. So when I talk about floristry, this isn't verbatim, this is just how I do it. And if you are a trained florist, you might be in horror at how I do my flower arrangements. People always ask me about this interior design. They say, how do you design your projects? And I said, when I walk into a room, I don't know if it's from being neurodivergent or what, but I see the room. In my head, I see what it looks like. And then I work backwards on how to create that look. And likewise with the flower arrangements, I kind of in my head, I know what I want it to look like, and then I work backwards. So I want some layers. I want it to be quite bushy, which is why I'm using the foliage. And I want it to have lots of colour. It's quite good to walk around when you're looking at it, just to see how it's looking from all angles. I'm going to go for these hydrangea ones with the blue. And actually, you kind of need the taller ones need to be in the middle. Don't ask me why, just think it looks better that way. And what I like about this is it looks really natural. I don't like arrangements looking too contrived. That didn't take me very long. We've got dahlias, we've got our little random rose, because I just like a little quirk. And then some delphiniums, and then the eucalyptus, and then we have a beautiful statement piece vase, which incidentally also matches the vase. So my second arrangement is basically, we're still using the faux, but I want to show how you can mix faux and real flowers. Sometimes you've got faux flowers, but you want to sort of brighten them up a bit or change it seasonally and want to take things from the garden. And that's a really nice way of doing a display. And again, it's quite cost effective because you're not buying all new flowers, you're just mixing what you've got, which are the faux ones, with some bits from the garden. So I've got a smaller vase. We're going to go slightly less dramatic and blousy than the first one. And these beautiful tulips that we saw in the Florist are so pretty. They're like the sort of frilly edged ones. So I'm just going to put a load of these. Now, obviously, as you're mixing faux and real, you will need to have water in the vase because otherwise real flowers will die. But these are really lovely. And again, I like these because they're sort of floppy. So they just look so real. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got a nice odd number just because I'm funny like that. And then what I've picked in the garden is some lovely shrubbery. We're kind of going for pinks and yellows, I think, with this one. And it doesn't, nothing like I say, has to be kind of uniform size. But interestingly, when you do add, I mean, these are so realistic, these tulips anyway, but when you do add real plants or foliage, it does make them look even more real and no one would know that they're fake flowers. And also, I have to say, never underestimate a bush in a garden because they can provide so much foliage and the colours in that, even if you just had that on its own with, let's say there's a lovely rose here, just looks so pretty. In a little bud vase, you're done. We've got some pretty little white, can't remember, it's a bit like cow parsley. I think this might be called angel's breath. I can't remember, let's stick that in there. I'm just clearing the stems so that it doesn't make the water too grotty, especially if you're using faux flowers in the water as well. And then we'll just add a little bit of yellow from this shrub as well. Again, a bit of height. So you remember I've layered it again. I've done the tulips, then I've done the foliage, then I've done the white little interspersers, and then I'm just doing a bit of height for the final layer. It's a bit like adding the earrings at the end, at the top of your head. These are the final bits of accessories. It's amazing how I can relate accessories to fashion, interiors, and flower arranging, because I think all three are massively interlinked. And then if I just clear that out of the way, we've got a really pretty, very simple, neutral palette of pinks and greens and yellows, which is actually one of my favourite palettes for interiors. So this would go in lots of rooms that I've designed. And the pinks and yellows just bring so much joy of the colour therapy. They're two colours known to make people feel happy. And then the white's just obviously very calming and very natural. So my third idea for doing lovely flower arrangements is going colour coordinated. Now, as we're by the sea in Rye today, I've chosen a glug jug, which I gave my mum. You can have it as a water jug. They do glug. They're very much a rye thing, these fish jugs, but it makes a really lovely fun vase. Now, with this, I'm just gonna stick to a really simple, it's probably a bit more of a minimalist. I don't know if I do minimalism, but a bit more of a minimalist sort of flower arrangements in the sense that we're just gonna stick to one colour. So like the equivalent of colour drenching in interiors, we're gonna colour drench in floristry or in a vase. I'm just gonna do the blues. And sometimes if you're not a massive maximalist and you like flowers, keeping to the same sort of tones and colours can be quite a minimalist way of doing a flower arrangement. And obviously the glug jug is not got the biggest of openings at the top, unlike the big vase that we had at the beginning. And the funny thing is sometimes people always think that blue flowers are fake, but you do get actually blue delphiniums and bluebells. That would be really pretty with bluebells. And I think as another way of adding coastal theme in your home, if you had a nice blue glug jug like this with some blue flowers, especially against a plain white wall, you get a really lovely, simple, colour-drenched blue flower arrangement. And my fourth idea for some flower arranging is more of a gift thing, because I think it's so nice to give flowers. So following the seaside theme, I thought we'd do them a bit like fish and chips. So I've got some newspaper here. I have chosen the travel section, so it's got quite a pretty picture, which again, a bit like choosing the colours from the vase, it's going to inspire me. And what I thought is just a really nice way of giving a nice gift. So if you're going to someone's house for dinner or it's their birthday, and you just make your own sort of little flower arrangement. Now, let's see if we can get this one in here. That one's going to go through the bottom. That's got a long stem. I think you could use brown wrapping paper, as in sort of postal paper. You could use, I'm using blue here because it's got quite a lot of blue on the newspaper, and I think that will look pretty. You could use normal wrapping paper, would also work, or Financial Times would look quite pretty. And what I've done here is, let's say I'm giving to a friend of mine. I'm choosing flowers that A, work together really well, but also would be nice on their own with natural foliage. And I quite like the stalk coming down the bottom because it looks really real. I buy loads of ribbon online, and I always keep my ribbons at Christmas. And then when everybody unwraps a present, I go around the sitting room like a lunatic, going, don't throw the ribbon away! And then I reuse it. But if I see ribbon, sometimes TK Maxx is great for ribbon. I buy it, even if it's not Christmas time, or because it can be quite expensive and you can never have too many ribbons. So I've tied it quite tight, like a wedding bouquet, and then I'm going to do a nice bow, and there we go. Really lovely, pretty bouquet. So I hope you've enjoyed my 4 ways to arrange flowers, and don't forget to subscribe. Here, here, or here on the peony. Oh no, the hydrangea.